Do you think you're a good parent? Do you think your kids think that you're a good parent? Do you think that they'll always think you're a good parent? Did you always think that your parents are good parents? There's a time in life that no matter what, your kids will think that either you're stupid, or you're just plain weird, or you're just very old-fashioned, or you're bad. There is that age. We all went through that age. I remember when I was a teenager, I was 100% sure that I'm 1,000,000 times smarter than my parents. The funny thing is, I even thought that I had more life experience than them. How does that make sense? I don't know. Don't try to explain it. Let's try to live with it and understand what we need to do because of that. I had a conversation with a friend of mine this week that's also a customer of mine. And in the conversation, it came up that he called his brother, but his brother didn't answer. His mom answered the phone. So he spoke to his mom after he did not speak to her for over a year. Now, I know his childhood story. He had a tough childhood. His parents were divorced. He grew up with his mom. His mom did a pretty bad job. She was not a good mom. She was on drugs. There was always city officials coming into the house, out of the house. Should we take the kids out of the house? Should we leave them in the house? He had a tough childhood. For a period of time, he even slept in a hallway of a building in his neighborhood because he did not want to sleep at home. So he has a lot of reasons to be upset at his mom. I told him that for selfish reasons, he needs to start respecting his mom now. He needs to do it now because his kids are 1 year old. He has a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. Now is time to start respecting your parents, I told him. He was very surprised. I mean, Bunker, you know how bad my parents were. I told him I know. But you know what else I know? I know another thing. I know that at a certain age, your kids will believe, hopefully for a short period of time, they will believe that you are a bad parent. Probably. When they become teenagers, they will think that you're not smart, old-fashioned, dumb, you know nothing about the world, and you're going to tell them opinions, and they're going to get really annoyed. Why is this guy that knows nothing telling us what to do? He doesn't even live in the real world. They're sure that the real world is someplace between TikTok and movie games, unfortunately. You want to show your kids that respecting parents has nothing to do with your opinion about your parents. You want to show your kids that respecting parents is just a thing you do. So you have it really good for you in a selfish way right now. If you show your kids that you respect your parents, even though they'll probably at a certain time in life know that grandma is not really 100% there, they'll know that. They'll know that their grandparents are not good parents, but their dad still respected his parents. What's going to happen is if you do it that way, at that age, that your kids suddenly understand that they're the smartest people in the world, yes, at that teenager age, they'll know that, okay, I still need to respect them because that's what we do. We respect our parents because they see by you that has nothing to do with how your parents treated you or how they are. You just respect your parents. You listen to them. You give them love. You need to do it even if you're not that selfish and you don't care about yourself. If you love your kids, you want your grandchildren to respect your kids. You want your great-grandchildren to respect your grandchildren. So if this train of generations not respecting parents fell off track, you want to get that train right back on track for you, for your kids, for your grandchildren. You want to put that train back on track so every generation knows that they respect the generations above them. So just because your mom did the wrong thing, don't let that train go totally off track. Get it back on track. Start respecting your parents. Show your kids that you respect your parents. You will not regret this. And trust me, not only you should do it for selfish reasons, it's also just the right thing to do. We need to respect our parents, no matter how they treated us. Doesn't mean you need to listen to everything your parents tell you. Don't let your parents stop you from achieving your goals. But give them love, give them the respect. One day, you'll get that respect back. Trust me. I have a teenage daughter, and I was a teenager only a few years ago. I'm 33 years old. I was a teenager 15 years ago. I know how it feels to be a teenager. I remember how I thought then that I'm the smartest person in the world. With the time I started realizing that there's a lot of things I don't know. But that back then, when my father told me opinions, I thought he's off the hook. What is he talking about? What do you know? Today I know that he knows a lot. Today I know that he knows a lot more than I do. It's funny that the older I get, the more I call my father for advice. Business advice. I call it. I call my mom every single day. Just to say hi, how you doing, tell her that I love her. But I started calling my father for business advice. 18 years ago or 15 years ago, I was sure that I know much more than him. And now the more I know that I don't know. Call your mom. Have a good night.